Hey guys, I'm FilthyRobot. Welcome back to our D&D campaign. Just a quick recap of the last episode. We tried a plan again. Clearly it's not our team's strong suit. Our plan didn't work, and the guy we're here to look for has gotten away. In the meantime, we've come up with I have two ideas. The first of which is we just leave this town and never come back. Like, we don't talk to anyone on the way out. We don't make any words. We just write this off as a misspent youth. That's my first suggestion. Second suggestion, we try something to... I mean, there is a chance that there might be enough things in his lair that he might want to come back, and we could potentially try something with that.
We're definitely going back to the lair.
Oh yeah,
we're definitely going
clear
back.
out what we can from that or whatever, but maybe we can
Yeah.
coming back to that as well. I don't know. So, but
Depends on what we find.
But
I'm fine with going back.
we didn't find any. I mean, we searched the area. We never found tracks again. He wasn't invisible in the area, and we're not quite sure what else he may have done. I mean, I guess there's lots of things he could have done, but it took me a while to get there. You know, he could have been invisible and run off. He could have, who knows? Maybe he flew. I mean, he might have. Did you guys ever look up? Did he just cast fly and fly off? That would account for the tracks disappearing, and then he'd be out of radius by the time I got there. It's only a 30-foot radius, so if I wander around that area, it's with detect magic.
How high level is fly?
I don't know.
Spell? Is it like level 2 spell or?
4
think
maybe?
it's a level
4?
Oh, yeah. But if he had casted fly, I mean, our character, he invisibility would have been broken. You would have been able to see.
Yeah, but
He could have tried
why
to
do
do
you assume
that.
he cast invisibility? I don't understand why we even assume that now.
Because I lost the track, so I had two options to look for. I can go the 30 feet to the way he went before and try to look for the new tracks if he tried the blink one, or check around the area if he used invisibility, because I totally lost the track. It's like
Sure.
steps and suddenly nothing.
Right.
And he's human, so it's like there is few options he can do to get away.
But fly is one of them. He could have just flew.
It's sort of
That's possible, but it's like level 3 spell, so it's like he has a scroll or he's really like good magician.
it's water under the bridge now, though. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying, we don't have any way to narrow down how he traveled, and therefore we don't have any real way to go find him now.
Like-
I mean, we can keep
Right.
searching the fucking forest for tracks, but that feels like a quick, rapidly diminishing return. So in terms of what it's getting us, right? So,
Yep.
I don't find anything, so it's waste of time now, I think.
I think we just go back to the ruins and make sure if anything else is there that we kill it and just see what's in his. Let's see what's all in all of his stuff.
Especially in his room, what's there. Yeah.
I turn to as we walk back. I assume we're walking back as a party, and as we walk back, I look down to Erifror and I say, "That was quite the fucking tunnel. I'm glad to see you're still with me. I fell down a pit, got a log thrown at me, dove over another pit. Like, holy crap! Like that.
Yeah, I saw two of them. But it seems like you missed one. But it's okay.
Yeah. I was thinking that would be a little bit closer. I was hoping just to loop around and be able to help in the chase a little bit more. But...
Okay. Only one thing
Okay.
while we are going back, I just want to talk about that it's okay to just go back and report what happens. Like, yeah, we tried to talk with him to persuade him to come with us, but he managed to escape. It's like,
Well, I mean, it's certainly something we can do, but it is not exactly how we build our reputation. It certainly isn't what she asked us to do. It certainly meets none of the criteria for what she wanted us to complete, and it shows general fucking lack of competence on our path that we walked in, didn't subdue. I mean, remember, it was she wants to talk to him at all costs. The worst case scenario is he's subdued and against his will when we get him there. She didn't even tell us. I mean, this is beyond the worst case scenario for how bad it is. So we could just approach her and be
West
like,
Fair.
oops.
Reporting failure is not high on our priority list right now.
so it's better to just never come back again.
No. That's a joke. We'll probably
Well, I mean,
report
it's
failure
been a nice
over
area.
just saying, okay, screw this town, we're never coming back.
Right.
But for now,
But-
we're going to go back
but-
into the manor.
Yep.
You go back into the manor?
Actually,
Yes.
I'll say this. I have a whistle, and I will hand it to Eryn. And I'll say, Eryn, can you conceal yourself and just keep watch, not only of the path back up to this place, but also keep a watch on the skies in case he's floating around and tries to double back and get his stuff. And we will, I think some of us will stay inside, and maybe one of us will go search the area so that we have reinforcements there. You see him this next time, do your best to just pin him down, grapple him. I don't care. At this point, I feel like he's lost any immunity to violence. He's making this a huge pain in the ass for us. If you have to fucking smack him with your axe, that's fine. Just, do what you can to...
Okay. Wait, first, so you want to hand me your flute?
No, not my flute, my whistle.
Oh, whistle. Sorry, it's like I just think if it is the same kind of tool, like whistle, flute. It's like
No,
because I'm proficient with flute, so I'm just asking if
you could try. Did you try serenading him?
No.
Please stop! I have a beautiful song to play you. You should have attempted that. No. All right. Okay. What I'm saying is basically conceal yourself and alert us. This is how you can alert us. Just fucking blow the shit out of this whistle if he's there, and just chase him. Okay?
I'm just thinking if we are deep in the manor, it's like, will you hear
The
it?
second thing I said, where I said that most of us will stay concealed near the entrance to the manor, and one person will go check out the rest of it.
Oh,
Those
only
were
one
linked.
person. Oh. Okay, that's clear.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I can try to hide myself outside and look as you. So it's like in the sky and around.
All right.
in the path.
I'll turn to Erifror and I'll say, I want to help. I want to be here in case he does show up and we have to chase him again. I seem to be the fastest in the group at the moment. Can you go take a look around through his workspace and the rest of it? Maybe run some detect magic, take a look around, see if you can spot anything.
Sure, but are we going to do something about that necromantic magic emanating thing in the bottom of the cabin?
Yeah, at some point. All in good time. Let's do it. Let's just I want us all available, as much as the party available if possible, if he comes back. So yeah, we can figure that out later, but let's just give him a chance to come back. He might have just circled back once we were doing that stuff, right? Anyways.
It's a good question. What will happen if he's already inside and only Erifror will go?
Nalla's planning on going with Erifror.
All right.
Okay.
I will try to conceal myself basically inside the entrance of the manor. Not far inside, but definitely not visible from outside.
Okay. You try to conceal yourself in the manor ruins?
Yes.
Alright. Okay, cool.
I'm also like trying to hide myself, but in like outside.
So you've all left the forest and headed up towards the manor, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. So if you try hide... Erifror, what are you doing?
Going back to look at his stuff.
Yep.
That's what we read on, yeah.
Like, into the manor itself, yeah?
Yeah,
So is Nalla.
where his books are in the workshop that we saw earlier is. Yep. And
Okay.
once I'm there, I will ritual cast detect magic.
I presume you head through the front door, yeah? You guys can move yourselves. Barros will say, I'll give you the token so you can move yourself around just for the sake of the viewers, so it's not just like narrative time.
Thanks.
Okay. So you cast detect magic, yeah?
Yeah, assuming I know where I'm going. Okay.
Alright. You've got 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Hang on. So you're just sprinting ahead of everybody else, like
No, I'm
to the other
together.
side of the manor.
I'm going with Nalla. We're walking there. It's just that I couldn't see.
Where do you go though?
He's just back in the room with where we encountered them.
The workshop. Do you
Okay.
see? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I see.
Okay.
Okay. So in this workshop space,
Do
there
I
are faint
notice?
traces of illusion magic.
Okay. Okay. Do I see anything that anything has been touched since the last time we came in here?
You didn't look too close at it before, but roll me what's your investigation modifier?
Investigation 0.
Can I assist?
Sure. Okay. Nothing seems different. The only difference is, like, you can't see the rat anymore. Like, that's it, really.
I wonder, do people transform to rats these days?
Oh,
I'm-
I don't know. You tell me.
we should
Doesn't
ask the
sound
wizard.
very smart.
We should ask the wizard.
Okay, maybe later. Keep looking around.
Yeah, go into his quarters, I suppose.
Sally,
Sure.
you were about to describe what was in here.
Yeah. If you're wanting to look around, I kind of described it before, but it appears to be a workshop of some kind. There are alembics, retorts, distillation coils, and other alchemical devices. Some of it stewing and bubbling away, some of it kind of congealed and cold. And there are bookshelves with some sheaves of parchment and some strange-looking tomes.
Yeah. So do I detect any magic inside his quarters?
Hang on. Just... no, you do not.
Okay. I'll just rummage through his stuff. Do I see any papers on the desk where I'm standing?
There is a piece of paper on the desk. Yes.
Okay.
And there's also a book, like a journal of some kind.
Okay, since we have some time, I'll just start looking and trying to read it.
Okay, so the journal itself is it's blue, like a sort of royal navy blue type cover to it. It's very plain. There's no marking on it. You flip it open to the first page, and it says the Journal of William Shieldheart.
Okay. And that's not the name of the wizard that we were told. We were told that his
That
name
is
was Glass
not the
Tart.
name of the wizards that you were told about.
Yeah, his name was supposed to be Glass Tart. Okay.
Okay,
Shieldheart.
but you do find a piece of correspondence, and it says, and I
wait.
quote,
I forgot. Is my character even literate? Yeah, I kind of forgot.
Yeah,
this
I
guy.
think 8 intelligence is literate.
A intelligence is literate,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And it says, and I quote, Lord Albrecht, my spies in Vrul tell me that strangers are due to arrive in Alderbridge. They could be working for the dwarves. Capture them if you can. Kill them if you must. But do not allow them to upset our plans. See that any dwarven maps in their possession are delivered to me with haste. I am counting on you, Iarno. Don't disappoint me.
Wait, Iano.
And Iarno, Iarno. And then the marking at the bottom, there is a stamp of some kind, which looks reminiscent of a spider marked in black ink.
Okay. I turn to Nalla and say, do you know of any organization that has an emblem that involves a spider, and I show him the symbol.
I'm gonna make a wild guess and say that I don't. Is that something I can like roll for or something?
Sure, roll me a history check.
Fits your character like this.
No, I definitely not.
I've seen spiders before.
Do I recognize this symbol?
My mother
Do I-
had a spider like this.
You do not. No.
Okay. Maybe Barros will know what this is, and I put it in my bag, I suppose. And I look at, are there drawers on the table that I can open?
No drawers on the table. There's a footlocker at the bottom of the. There's a footlocker at the bottom of the bed, which is like the padlock is lying by it, and like the clasp has been latched up. The lid's closed though, but it's not locked.
I look around it for traps first.
All right, what's your investigation modifier?
0.
All right, you don't find any traps.
Okay. I tried to open it.
Okay. You manage to open it. You just flip open the little metal latch and then pull open the lid, and it's like a small creaking sound, like as you open it.
Okay, what do I see in it?
There is a small velvet sort of satchel bag, probably about hand-sized. It's just like weighing it. Well, that's what you see. I don't know if you pick it up. But that's all that you see in here.
Do I
It's
see
like the bag, the small velveteen bag is like hastily in here, like it's fallen over or something. It's not been carefully placed in here. Or
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I see any trap mechanisms inside the chest?
Nope.
Okay. And I pick up the satchel.
Okay, you pick it up. Seems to contain coins of some sort.
I open it up very
All right.
carefully.
Okay.
I checked the coin pouch for traps in the coin pouch.
You never know, man. It might be a curse.
Yeah, it might
Trap
be.
inside.
It might be.
The pouch contains 90 silver pieces
Nice.
Okay.
and 65 gold pieces.
Ooh, okay. Not a bad haul.
It also contains a couple of gemstones in there as well. There are 5 red gemstones, 2 sort of greenish-grey gemstones, like very dark greenish gemstones, and then 1 sort of milky white gemstone.
Okay. Barros might have some use for these gemstones.
Maybe ale?
The coins for the ale. The gemstones. And
Okay. Nalla is going to search the east wall for secret doors, secret passages, because she's expecting one because of the map.
You find it. You just like run your hand along, and then a little bit of pressure opens it up.
And then Nalla motions for Erifror to go for it. And search there also.
why don't you do it yourself, Nalla?
Oh, fine. Then Nalla goes in and she searches.
Okay. Perception check reveals no traps.
Okay. And searching for the other, I assume, switch to open up this other door, this other secret passage.
There's no switch, but you just run your hand along it and you apply a bit of pressure to it, and it sort of swings on a like in the middle, and it pivots to reveal the other door.
Okay. Okay, as expected.
Okay. Then I go back to the workshop and
Yep.
I look around the workshop to see if there's anything. Like you mentioned that there are a couple of papers around, so I pick up those papers to look
Okay.
at them.
For the most part, like one of them seems to be very hastily written instructions on making potions of invisibility. And a lot of the instructions have been like crossed out and then new ones written in, and then seemingly like it's experimentation. So like all these pieces of paper seem to have been methods tried, used, crumpled, thrown away, tried, used, crumpled, and like you find about 5 or 6 of these with various notations of how successful he was. And what you're getting from this is none of this was successful. All of these papers were crumpled up.
Okay. Are there any other documents on the table apart from the ones about the potions of invisibility?
Okay, so there was also a tome, which is,
Yeah.
you see, it has dwarvish runes on the front cover. It says on the front cover, written in dwarvish script, which is like very angular, and it says this is the journal of the adventurer Ermon. Okay. It describes the history of a place called Wam Anwishya, which I will spell in chat for you. There you go. And specifically, a location called the Forge of Spells.
Oh man, sorry.
All right. In addition, Ermon records that there was a magical mace named Lightbringer, which was commissioned by some of the priests of... oh, wait, hang on.
A great axe, you said?
Of a mace.
Me.
Of Palor. From the mages who were working with the gnomes and dwarfs in the Pact of Wisha. The mace was lost when Wavam Wisha and its mine vanished from history. Yeah.
Is that all that's in there?
Yes. That's
Okay.
all. It's a storied history of this place, and then it seemingly disappeared as... Like, you do take about, like, 30 minutes to skim through this tome to get this information.
So, any of these potions useful?
I think they're all failures.
Oh, this is disappointing.
Yes, but we can still loot all of them and try to sell them.
They're all junk, yes?
Yeah, no one will ever know. Maybe. I don't know.
They're currently being brewed. Like, it's in the process of being brewed, and, like, you can tell there are a series of ingredients which are laid out next to it. You try drinking it if you like. I mean, you're resistant to poison damage, right?
What can
Okay,
go
for
more
the-
wrong?
Yeah, what can go more wrong? For the last, the very last piece of parchment that was crumpled up, does it say what the side effects of taking the potion is?
They aren't, like, stacked in any way. There's no order to them. These have been crumpled up and thrown, right?
Okay.
These are just basically balls of parchment that you find. So there's no last piece of parchment.
Okay.
They're all various methods which have been seemingly tried.
So maybe I just pick on one of them. What's the side effect of taking, let's say,
There's no
a
side
failed?
effect.
Well, they
There's
were
no
all
side.
failures, so, like, it...
He did.
There are no side effects written.
Okay. I turn to Nalla and say, well, it could be the newest thing for ale. Failed potions.
Let's not find out. Did you guys check the goblins? Not goblins. Did you guys check the bugbear and human barracks?
Not yet. Well, we haven't. Not yet.
Let's check there then. And so just
So,
check everything here.
just to clarify, so we have checked through these drawers, I suppose, and cupboards as well.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So I had the barracks, the human barracks.
Okay. So you head to the human barracks.
I found something.
So worn tables and chairs, wooden benches drawn up against the walls, decorated with draperies of brown and red. There are several ale kegs which are propped up and tapped.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I found something.
All over the room, you find a series of coin. You find 55 silver pieces and 15 gold pieces, and a gold earring set with a tiny ruby.
Did I find what it looks like I found?
I don't know, what does it look like you found?
It looks like there's a goblin there.
Oh, no, you didn't find it.
Okay, I didn't find anything then. I didn't find anything.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So apart from
In that room, in the bugbear room, you find an iron key.
Ew.
Ooh, key. Oh,
That's it then?
This.
Is that everything then? Okay, cool. Then let's just head back out to the rest of the group.
Do you want? Should we, while waiting for Mr. Glasstalk, I suppose, do you guys want to deal with the necromantic magic thing at the bottom? Oh,
Okay, so at this point we're all like where Barros is, yes?
Okay.
Yes, you're in
Because
that
we looted
barracks.
everything, right? No, I mean,
If you want to head outside, you can head outside if you want.
yeah,
to do
that's what I'm
something.
saying. Is
Yep.
let's head out, like inform everyone of what we've like catch everyone up, catch the rest of the party up with everything that we've discovered. Then.
I mentioned in particular William Shieldheart, if anyone has heard of William Shieldheart.
None of you have heard of him.
I mentioned the letter to Lord Albrecht in particular, and I showed the others the stamp, As well. Albrecht, and I mentioned the stamp. So, do you guys know what this is?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. And I mentioned the adventures of Ermon and the Lightbringer.
If anyone's gonna have heard of it, it's you.
Have I heard of it then?
No?
Okay. Just let everyone know what's going on. All right. And I passed,
Backstory is not an excuse for expose, okay? Like, just so we know, just so we're clear on that.
and I passed the gemstones to Barros, and I say, you might have some use for these when you cast spells.
Thanks. I'll pocket them. What did I gain? Three
5 red
red
gems.
ones?
5.
Red ones, 2 greenish grey ones, and 1 milky white one. Exactly what they are, I'm not sure.
Okay.
And I show him the gold earring with the tiny ruby embedded in it. I say, do you think this is magical? And I wave it in front of him.
I look at you like you're like particularly slow. Like, what do you mean? Do I think it's magical? You can detect magic as easily as I can. What are you asking me for?
No, you can maybe identify what it is. That's what I was going at.
You do know it's magical.
No, I haven't.
Well, before I just identify a random earring, I'm gonna want to know it's magical first. All right, we can take this back in a little bit, sure. And if it is magical, we'll detect magic on it later. And if it's magical, I can figure out what it is. I just need some time and some resources.
Okay, so get crossbow, and whatever was in the pit. Okay, I go jump in pit.
Do you want to tie a rope around yourself before you do this, Nalla?
I don't care. I just climb out.
I'm gonna stay here. We have Eryn still on watch. I don't think he's coming back at this point, but if he is, I don't want to give him a chance to get away again.
I'm not sure if I was taught anything of this because I'm outside watching. So did you go outside to tell me that, or
no.
all the information?
No,
You're just
I know
still doing
nothing.
your thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that continue.
Be loud if there's something in the pit.
No problem. I'm good at loud. Okay, so Eryn, do you want to come over here next to me when I jump in this pit?
You mean Erifror?
That's what. Yeah, Erifror.
Yep. And I will tie a piece of rope on your body
Okay,
so that
that's
I
fine.
can at least pull on it if something happens.
Okay, that's fine. I have no idea where your character is, though. Okay, cool. And then Nalla jumps in the pit.
Roll me an athletics check. Disadvantage because you're exhausted. All right, that's. It takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage when you fall on your face.
Damn. All right.
So
So
it goes, and like loses her footing at the bottom. Just kind of like foot goes on a stone and then just like crumples onto your side.
You okay down there?
no problem.
No problem is.
Sure. So, where is this thing down here? I kind of say that up to Erifror.
Galg loves to create characters with like very difficult
It's
Yeah.
to pronounce names.
Erifror.
Fror.
Yeah.
Gundren, Earlren. It's like consonant clusters that don't go together in English.
Yeah.
Sorry, Erifror
Alright,
is
so-
not hard.
I don't find it that
So,
hard.
like, I'm looking for this thing. Because
I-
all I was told was just that there's some necromantic something down here.
I do think that I still have detect magic on, so
You get a sense of necromantic magic, but it's not from anything specific. You see it like the air is illuminated in this sort of like very dark, purplish necromantic essence.
I would probably have noticed that last time with Detect Magic then, right? I wasn't clear on that. So this is a translation issue between character and player. I would actually like to come with them for this then.
Okay.
And you pop down and I say I'll say to you, Nalla, I'll say, be careful of the air.
And so there's like some like purplish fog like down at her knees or something.
That's not what you see. That's what you see is when you cast Detect Magic on it.
Gotcha. But-
You don't actually see anything. You jump down there, and it feels cold. It feels like you're inside a walk-in fridge.
Okay. And what's down here? Like I can look down at what's down here. So
Yeah. Okay. Feels unnaturally cold. You find a series of broken and well-gnawed bones of a half-eaten body, although a lot of the flesh is not yet consumed, but also not rotting either. Some of it is consumed, but not all of it. And the part that is not, it's not emanating any kind of like distasteful smell. It's not seemingly rotting.
does he see a body of a dwarf? Of an elf, a high
No,
elf,
it's human.
to be precise.
I didn't want to say it, man.
There is no body of a high elf here.
So why did
Also,
I jump on here
you
again?
find like a piece of paper which is like rolled up as well.
Ah, okay. Well then, pick up this sheet of paper and look at it.
Okay, you kind of unravel it and look at it, and it's in gibberish. You don't understand it.
Gotcha. All right. And how deep is it? 20 feet or something?
Yes, 20 feet.
I want to before Nalla comes out. I just want to take a. I'll pull my sword out so I have light, and I just want to wander up the length of it, just because I felt necromantic and I felt magic from this area, and can I get like a. If I have to, I'll detect magic again. I don't mind taking that time, but I'm looking for kind of the radius of that. I want to see where it extends to and where it extends from. The magic.
What, the necromantic magic?
Yeah.
The length of the pit, like the entire length of the crevasse.
Okay.
But it extends about like to the height of the crevasse. It kind of lips over it slightly, and then sort of like dry ice, and just kind of like a fog sort of thing. To the normal eye, you wouldn't see anything, but that's what you see.
Any part particularly concentrated?
Nope. Seems fairly
Okay, so-
evenly spread.
So this is out of character, but that knife or sword that we saw the last time in as our other set of characters, we don't see it right now.
You find no sword.
I'll say to Nalla.
As a very, very specific question, you see no sword. No.
I say to Nalla, there's some magic emanating from it. You seem to be in the middle of it. You feeling okay?
Oh, also, as like Nalla is holding like this piece of paper, it illuminates in a sort of like whitish aura, which you normally associate with divination.
Okay.
No problem. Maybe make ice cubes down here.
All right. Well, take a little wander through the rest of it, just in case you see anything, and then I'll help you get out if you need it.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna keep walk down here, just thoroughly investigate more. That's all.
Okay, it's
Throughout
much
the
the same. In
entire
fact, there is less stuff down this end. Most of the stuff was concentrated on the northern end. It's just like rocks and rubble down this end.
Gotcha. Okay, then I'll climb up. And I suppose it's some kind of... It's easier somehow because, like, they have a rope tied around my waist that they're going to help pull on or something.
So roll me an athletics check with advantage. So it's a straight rope. Yeah, 12's enough. So you're able to hoist yourself out.
Oh, no, I never knew how heavy you are.
I mean, you're feeling pretty tired as you do this, but you know, you've got this assistance, and you feel it was really valuable, so you managed to get yourself out.
While I have detect magic active again, can I have a look at this earring?
You look at the earring, and there's no aura to it.
I turn to Erifror and I say, "This has holy magic coming out of it."
I have detect magic as well.
Erifror, you have never heard of holy magic before.
It's feels of the divine to me, hallowed. Some god's presence may be in this earring.
Then you should have it. I already have Malora.
I'll treasure it. I believe this god may be even more powerful than your god. Just judging from this earring.
Well, Malora is the god of ale. That's all I need to know.
Okay, so what's this gibberish scroll?
Can I read it?
Not currently. Nope.
Okay. I'll pass it to Erifror. Say I can't read this. Can't make heads or tails of this right now.
Can I decipher it?
Nope. Not currently.
All right. I do have
Okay.
comprehend languages, but we can use that later. The other thing we want to pick up while we're here is we want to go pick up that crossbow out of the armory.
Yep. So let's just go grab it and then head outside.
Go for it.
Okay. How do we tell the value of these gems, Sully?
Get them appraised.
Where can we do something like that?
A jeweler's, probably.
So what happens if I need a component in a spell that requires a ruby of at least 50 gold, and I use one of these rubies, and so if it's over 50, I assume it works. If it's under 50, just the ruby's not consumed, nothing happens. Like, what would actually happen with that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, I've got a record of what gemstones you have and their values, so yeah. So until you get them appraised or something, yeah.
So nothing happens when we get the crossbow and go towards the entrance?
Well, if you guys are moving in that direction, you can go there.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so let's slowly move our way towards the armory.
Yeah.
but Barros, should we leave a note for Mr. Galstark to tell him if he wants his stuff back, he should look first at the miners' exchange?
Sure. Yep.
What do you write?
I read exactly what Erifror says, but I sign it Erifror.
Alright. Okay, Nalla, you go in there and you find the crossbow and all the other weapons which are still there as well.
Okay, just take the crossbow and leave.
Alright.
Aren't light crossbows pretty valuable?
I mean, you can take other crap if you want.
I don't care.
Nalla comes back with just the crossbow.
Perfect. I say, well, you guys want to gamble? Think these rubies are worth, I hold up one of the rubies that Air Force give me. What do you think? Worth 50 gold?
What's the gamble?
Well, I can figure out what this crossbow does right now. Figure out what the magic is on it, how it works, what it does. Or we can wait until we know what these rubies... but they will consume a ruby of at least... a value of at least 50 gold. Or, in which case this ruby could be worth thousands. It's a little tiny ruby. It's clearly not worth thousands. It will consume this ruby if this ruby is a valuable enough ruby.
Meh.
Large enough.
I don't care. Little pea shooter, whatever.
Yeah. Alright. Well, we're still waiting. So I guess I'll step a little bit away from the entrance so that we're not audible outside of the entrance to the area. And I will attempt to cast Detect Magic on this crossbow.
And it consumes one ruby of at least 50 gold pieces, yeah?
Yes.
Spell doesn't work.
So the ruby just isn't...
Does that mean I have to crush a ruby? Or we're just...
Maybe.
Maybe? Oh, just lost Galg. Alright, let's give him a minute to get back. Would my character know these things?
You specifically know that Detect Magic requires Ruby Dust, and like that's the way you've always cast it, is with Ruby Dust when you're not doing it ritually.
You guys keep saying Detect Magic. Are you guys talking about Identify?
Yes.
Or is it Identify?
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever you cast Identify, it's been with Ruby Dust. You've never personally crushed a ruby before in order to make 50 GP worth of Ruby Dust.
Okay. I don't know. I've never tried it before. This is my first time attempting it, and I'm asking you. So.
Right.
Does Identify require Ruby Dust? Because what I'm seeing is it doesn't require... It doesn't consume anything.
What does it say to you? Really? Did I just copy it over wrong?
Identify uses a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces and an owl feather, but it doesn't consume the pearl or the owl feather. That's according to...
That must be the default. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
What did it cost? Sorry, how much? 100?
A pearl worth at least 100 GP and an owl feather, but neither of which is consumed.
So with a component pouch, you don't need to.
Why do you think it isn't consumed? It's a material component. Material components are consumed, and focuses are not consumed.
No, it's only consumed if it specifically says that it's consumed.
Yeah, dispel consumed.
Interesting.
Oh, really? I thought that any spell that had a component that cost money, that the money was used every time that the spell was cast.
Same here. That's how I understood it also.
That's like,
It only says... Yeah, it's only if it says which the spell consumes, like the next spell.
There's always a clause which the spell consumes, so if you look at, say, Raise Dead, like it says the spell consumes it.
Gotcha, okay.
But if it has a specific GP cost, you need that item, like a spell component pouch does not cover that.
Gotcha. So if we had one pearl, then we could just use
For
the
general
pearl.
stuff like a owl feather, like sure, that's in the spell
Right,
component
right.
pouch, but not a pearl worth 100 gold pieces. Like that's
Well,
something specific you
I will
need.
then attempt the identify ritual. And I will attempt
Okay.
that holding our milky gem. Which may or may not be a pearl, I guess, from that description. Does anything happen?
Just give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, you managed to cast Identify on it.
Make sure never to sell the pearl.
Just leave it in your component pouch, I suppose.
So mark that is part of your component pouch, right? So it is 1 pearl, and it is worth at least 100 gold pieces to your knowledge.
Okay. Ooh.
There you go. This is a light crossbow +1. Very stylized.
+1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon.
Sorry, I have a question. Does my proficiency is light crossbow in simple or mature weapons, or does it have to specifically say proficiency in crossbow?
No,
me to
it's
use it.
if you've got I think light crossbow's a simple weapon. So if you've got proficiency in simple weapons, yeah, you can use it.
I could use it. Okay.
Well, okay, so we're pretty much done in this dungeon then, right? In the sense of, or this ruin rather, excuse me. That
Yep.
we don't have anything else. Anyone else anything else they want to do here?
We could, I mean, other than like potentially like setting up a trap for him to hopefully return, there's nothing to do here. I
Oh,
don't
I
think.
definitely want to do that, but I'm not really sure what that looks like in terms of are we spending time just camping out around this area for that, or how do you? I guess it's time
I'm
for
not sure.
a group chat. Let's go find Eryn.
Okay.
Okay, you guys go on outside and you find Eryn just like skulking around in the ruins.
Any luck?
And we tell him everything.
I ask Eryn if he's seen the mage.
Nope. No movement at all.
Okay.
Or flying.
It sounds like it might have been invisibility. I'm not sure how we didn't catch him if it was invisibility, but it looks like he was working on invisibility potions, and I guess somehow he snuck by us with invisibility. Left no tracks, I guess. So
I don't know even if he was invisible, he should leave tracks. So I'm still
yeah, I'm a bit
confused about
too,
that one.
For sure. I tell him about this crossbow. I tell him it's a particularly well-crafted crossbow, a little bit more powerful and a little bit more accurate than a normal crossbow. It's been enhanced with magic, and I offer it to him if he's interested. You interested in that, Eryn? Is that something that'll help you?
Yeah, of course. I will need to check the details, how powerful it is compared to the longbow, damage-wise.
Okay, I have no idea how to RP that.
No, I mean that's just. I need to check this before I decide if I'm going to use it or not.
Okay.
My question is anybody else proficient that could use this weapon?
I can use them. I wouldn't tend to use them very often. So if it's beneficial to you in any way, please by all means take it.
So a longbow is 1d8 piercing damage. A light crossbow is 1d8 piercing damage, but because it's +1, it's 1d8 +1, and it's +1 to hit as well.
Okay. Oh, so
I could
that's.
give you the full comparison.
Isn't a light crossbow a D6?
No, it's
No,
a d8.
it's the 8.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
The range is
D6 is
better
hand
than-
crossbows.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
range
that's
is the range is a lot shorter, but the
Yeah.
primary downside of crossbows is that you have to load them. But that's really only a downside if you have multiple attacks. So before you have multiple attacks, it's essentially just a straight upgrade with the exception of it has shorter range.
What's the range of it?
It's also not a heavy weapon, which means you don't need 2 hands to fire it. The range is 80, 320. Which is pretty much half of the longbow.
Crossbow light.
You don't have
80
to.
and 320.
I mean, it's
You could
it's
just
an item
take it
interaction
and-
to do that. So
yeah.
if you ever have to just if you ever want to shoot further than the crossbow shoots, you pull the bow out.
Right.
So in
And
the meantime,
otherwise you
you
use
just
your
have a
crossbow.
stronger weapon. It's going to give you another
Right.
+1 hit and +1 more damage. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, if nobody else doesn't have any and would like to use it, I will take it then.
Well,
Yes.
you're going to use this every single round of every single
A-
combat.
As your primary attack. There's
At the
no
moment,
question that
yes.
you should use it.
Yeah,
Eryn,
at the
Eryn, there's no
moment,
need to
I
be
would
modest.
use-
You are by far the most skilled marksman of all of us here. This beautiful piece of work is calling your name. Please, on behalf of all of us, use this. This is going to save my life in your hands, and otherwise it's just going to fill space in my backpack.
Yes, exactly.
I will accept that. Thank you.
Excellent, Eryn. Excellent. All right, so we
Okay,
have
so
just a decision then.
Also,
to
it
make.
requires attunement. Okay, so you need to attune to this.
Sorry,
Okay.
what?
It's an attunement weapon, so you need to spend 20 minutes to attune to it in order to get benefits from it. Until that time, it is a regular crossbow.
Uh-huh.
You can do that right now.
Okay.
We're going to be here 20 minutes discussing this.
yeah, just go and
Oh.
do that while we discuss.
Okay, I will. I was just waiting for maybe
I
long
believe
rest or
it's a lot
something
of
like that. But
stroking and crooning to a tune. It's like, yes. And you have to do that for
my
20
precious.
minutes. Uh-huh. So, as he's doing that, I mean, I'll say, oh man, I don't know. It's a possibility he comes back here, but if he comes back, he probably comes back invisible. He probably comes back with friends. It could be just a waste of our time sitting here, but I hate to return empty-handed after all this. What do you think?
Yes,
We
I agree.
camp out here a few days, or it's gonna be a tedious few days of watching the ground for tracks and staying still and staying quiet. It's gonna be pretty fucking dull.
Did she say just how long before we had to bring the wizard?
Nope, I don't think so. We haven't. No, we didn't have a contract. It wasn't written. Okay, because she didn't want to stay on the books. I assume that she thought this would be quick and easy. And
Okay, well, if we see her again, just tell her we're still working on it.
yeah, I'm still kind of halfway on. I'm still like 50-50 kidding and 50-50. We could just walk away from this town and never come back.
Well, where would we go? Up to Vrul?
Sure. We don't even have to. We can go wherever we want. It's a big world, my friend, and we got walking. My shoes are. I've got walking shoes. I'm ready to go. Plenty of provisions. A little bit of money.
Well, I don't know. What do other people think? Leave forever?
Well,
Alright.
we could dress one of ourselves up as a mage.
Nothing could possibly go wrong there.
No.
I think that would be up to you because you are the only human looking like. So it's like you would need to dress.
I say we let's put down. I mean, the thing is, he's likely still in the area, right? And I mean, we surprised him. He clearly wasn't prepared for us to be there, or he wouldn't have been waiting in his room. He would have been moving. So to some degree, he was surprised when we found him. He's not going to have time to collect everything he wants. I'm surprised he even had the stuff on the back that he did. I'm surprised he had a backpack on him. He's just standing around in his room, but okay, so be it. There's a chance he comes back.
Well, where could he possibly have gone? Do you think maybe he went to Vrul, or do you think maybe to one of his allies? Like maybe someone mentioned in one of these letters? Maybe like someone from the town might know, and then we could go there. Maybe that's where he went. Like maybe we could track him down.
I think that is if he doesn't come back here soon, my expectation is he has gone to one of the things that you've said. All of those make sense. The only things I can see that might have happened here immediately are either he has gone to get some local friends of his to come deal with to deal with us essentially, or he has potentially hoped to sneak back in while we are distracted. I say,
Eryn, you hear the crunching of gravel coming from the east, from the west, like footsteps on gravel.
Has he
Do I
finished
know
the
like
tuning?
how far away?
He's finished the tuning. He's like listening to you guys' conversation, and he just like suddenly like turns his head, or just like very subtly turns his head. It's maybe like 20, 30 feet. It's not visible just now though.
Okay, I will point my hands like, Psh, be quiet, I hear something.
Okay, I immediately stop talking.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
Do we still have detect magic on?
No.
No.
No. And then it's like with my other hand, I will point to the direction that I hear like some steps. And
You hear the fluttering kind of like bat's wings above your head. You continue to hear the crunch, the crunch, the crunch, and like they're not hurried footsteps by any means. Do you guys do anything?
Can the rest of us hear this crunch?
Yeah, you can hear the crunch and you can hear the bat's wings because you guys have gone deathly silent and you're like, what the hell's going on? And you can hear the crunching and you can hear the bat's wings as well.
And we can't see anything.
You cannot see anything. Like the crunching it's obscured because like presumably if someone's coming up the path, like there's a wall which is there. So it's like on the other side of that. But like you guys like look up to where you would expect to see some kind of like leathery wings or something, but you can't see anything.
Pull out the weapon and wait, looking to the west.
How do I probe for something being an illusion?
Okay, so when like you pull out, well, hang on. When you pull out your weapon, you hear the leathery wings and they like fly away to the northwest. An illusion is an insight check usually.
Okay, I want to attempt to hide, preferably somewhere that has some cover from above. So I don't really care what that looks like or where it is, but anything around me that would fit that description.
Okay, cool. So you managed to find like there's a pillar that you managed to find. By if you imagine one of those XCOM maps where like the whole building's fucking ruined and burning down, like that's kind of what this place looks like, right?
Okay. So it's like
So
a
you're able to find like
freestanding
a
pillar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
You're able to just like get behind and hunker down, sort of down to one knee. And I presume the rest of you don't just stand out in the open. I presume you like
also like
take cover of some
behind
kind.
some cover, yeah.
As
Alright.
as we're hunkering down, I cast guidance on Eryn.
Okay. You can see you hear the crunch, the crunch, the crunch.
So I'll tell you before you say
And
another
then-
word.
Yeah.
This is probably a good time to cut the video here. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll
I like that. Yeah.
see you next episode.